Hello, hello, hello. We are back. Hi. Okay. Welcome back to another MJS Daily Recap. I'm very excited to be here, be chatting with y'all because, well, I haven't done this in a couple days, and I have a lot of good stuff to go over, a couple good stories to tell, and a couple good things to show because we're making progress every day, regardless of whether or not I actually end up getting on here and talking about it or not. But if you do watch it live or if you watch it on the rerun, I really appreciate it. And let's just dive into it because I'm very tired, and I have a funny story about that. And so let's do it. All right. So way back on Wednesday, it's Friday night now, but way back on Wednesday, published and promoted FVP 66. I'm going to drop some links in the chat. If you guys want to check it out, I would greatly appreciate it. If not, that's fine. But these are, honestly, this was a great episode for a lot of different reasons. And it was a great guy, Corey Hirsch. He's the coach of Team USA, Pittsburgh Gods, big name in the ball hockey community. He's doing a lot of things to push the sport forward. I would highly recommend you check this out. If you're into ball hockey, or honestly, even the second half of it, he talks a lot about his time as a teacher, the things that he's doing to kind of like change up the game, if you will. He's teaching these third grade kids about like entrepreneurship and all sorts of other things, and they're just really good life skills. So there's a lot of good stuff in there. And then kind of how he balances it all with his family and just that whole dynamic. Because at the end of the day, we're all people, you know. So just a really good conversation. I was really happy about that one. And it was a good talk. So we did that. We published that on Wednesday. Pretty well received. You know, just keep grinding there. But love having those conversations. I worked on the Find a Tech client portal. And I'm going to do a big thing at the end here. So that was a big thing on Wednesday. It was a big thing on Thursday. And it hasn't been really too much today. But I'll get into it. That's its own like separate side story that I want to kind of document here. Just on the back half of this. So we'll get back to that in a second. And then I scheduled my next FBP guest. So we're going to talk to them on Monday. And that episode will come out on Wednesday. And again, just continue to grind, continue to talk to good people, have good conversations. That's what we want to do. And I want to try to do one thing too, like while we continue to do this FBP, I want to be a little bit more authentic in not authentic, that we're being pretty authentic. I want to be like a little more pertinent to the discussion of like now-ish, if that makes sense. So like I really like how Joe Rogan's a big, obviously, inspiration of mine. It's probably inspiration of many podcasters, but what I've been doing to this point is most of the episodes have been talking about individuals and their stories and everything like that, and mostly people that I know, right? Which I have no problem with, and we're going to continue to do that. But I would like to inject some like real, like current, not like current events because that sounds ridiculous, but like current things that are happening that are like affecting a lot of people. I just feel like there's more emotion there, and I feel that everybody has an opinion on things that are going on, whether it be, you know, COVID and stuff, or elections and you know, economy and all that. Like, I'm not trying to make it into like a political or you know, health care, like any sort of type thing there, but just like, you know, it's a fine line because you don't want to go like, you don't want to overstep your boundaries. You don't want to talk about like things that are like kind of out of your lane in a sense. But at the end of the day, we all have to deal with this type of shit, especially what's gone on in 2020. So I feel like it would be a little bit better received to a certain degree if, not better received, but like I feel like it would add more value if we did talk about that here and there. Just kind of like, how are you doing like in the context of what we're kind of going with today? Because that I think is what is really intriguing about some of these things. It's like, you know, they're actual good insights on things that everybody is going through, so everybody can kind of relate to them. Just an idea that I had. I don't know. We'll see if we kind of implement that with FBP as we move forward. Really didn't do too much on Wednesday. I mean, like this client portal thing is like, I'm going to show you it's pretty nasty. It's taken up a lot of my fucking time the last few days, which is an interesting story, like I said. So we'll get back to it. Thursday. Reviewed my chiropractor on Google. So it's Dr. Brian Meenan, and what is it? premier chiropractic clinic in Mount Lebanon, Pittsburgh. So if you're there, go check him out. He's great. But they send, I like the way that they market. He does a lot of stuff on TikTok, like I've mentioned before in other podcasts or in other live streams. And I would love to have him on the podcast. Actually, I brought that up to him, but it was the first time I met him, so maybe not just yet. But reviewed him on Google because they send you a text like a week after and says, hey, if you had a great experience, click here, review us and stuff like that. And I think you actually get entered into a drawing too, which I don't really know of the legality of that, but that's fine with me. But I mean, I always get excited when I see things like that, not like to enter a raffle, but to a way to better market your product, to get more people excited and stuff like that. I just try to take advantage of that and try to think of ways that I can continue to do that with these brands. So I showed them some love there because that was a great experience. What else we got? Published and promoted AM and the PM. So again, beautiful website here. I wonder who made it. Oh yeah, Find a Tech did. We'll get into that. But yeah, so AM and the PM. We dropped a new episode. It was about the problem with being too nice, and this one doesn't look like it's got that many views yet, so you should definitely go check it out. But problem with being too nice and why authenticity is important, which is again a very hallmark of the things that we do and what we try to strive for. So I don't know, it's just important stuff, I think, and it's just things that we really like. So that was a good episode too. We talk about a lot of especially me in business, and Amanda in other senses, we kind of push over sometimes, and we don't stand our ground in the sense of whether it's pricing on something, or if it's just getting the things that we want to get out of a certain situation, not maliciously, just we have things that we want to do and stuff like that. And you can't be a pushover. I think that's bad. You want to be nice. We're very kind people, but there's a fine line there. So something that's very interesting. And so it's kind of the way that I'm thinking about it. Then I actually had a buddy of mine reach out to me, and I'm gonna plug his shit here because he's a great dude. He's a very artistic and very creative lad, and that's his Instagram there. So it's Vindeezy. He's one of the many dudes that I've met over the course of the last year. Just ambitious people that want to get shit done. Way more creative than I am. I mean, you can see some of the stuff that he makes. And he reached out to me, and he said he wanted to kind of look at a Shopify website and kind of get all that going. I don't know how much I'm supposed to say, so I won't say too much. But basically just a way to kind of get his stuff going. And I'm going to share this. So if you want to go here, you can. But we just kind of played around with the back end. Of this site, and he's doing some cool things. He's putting some different products and stuff like that up there, and go check him out if you want. If you look at his Instagram, if you like the stuff, if you like the vibe, follow him obviously. And then if you go to his website here, put your email in there, and then you'll know when the site goes live and everything. So yeah, but I was working on that with him. We'll probably touch it again here at some point. But I enjoy doing that. I've done that for a couple other people, and the big thing there is when people have Shopify, because I mainly do WordPress and WooCommerce, and you'll see some of that here in a little bit. Mainly what I do, it's a little different, like I said, than Shopify, just different platforms. And I love learning other platforms because it gives me ideas. It kind of gets the creative juices flowing as far as what can I do here, there, and the other thing. And it was a great experience because I had another buddy of mine, I don't know, it's probably a couple months ago at this point, kind of a similar thing. We went in the back end, we kind of looked around, tried to play around with some themes and some different customization and stuff, and it's going well. So I'm happy for Vindeezy. I think that he's gonna have a lot of success with that. He's got great products, he's got great style, great vision with all these things in the fashion industry, and that's gonna be awesome. So very happy to be a part of that in any way that I can be. So just want to show him some love there. And again, unreal progress on the Find a Tech portal. I'm gonna continue to say this. Let me run through today real quick. I worked at Ray's. It was terrible. I will tell you why, just because of the whole story thing. I got verified on Parler, which Parler is I think kind of slated as a very conservative right far right, like it's like the far right fucking social media thing. Honestly, I'm not even on here. Like literally I'm following one fucking random guy that I saw on here one time. I joined 10 days ago when I heard about it, like after the weekend where it like spiked or whatever, mainly because if there's a social media network, I want to get Mark J. Szymanski, so I needed to snag that. I did this. I put in a couple things here. I've shared a couple things and they got basically no, I mean, that's okay, I guess, for not having any followers or anything. I don't really understand fully how the thing works. You can tell that this is very new because this looks like just like some sort of templated, weird styling of a social media site. So it's very interesting. I don't know if I can really endorse this because I don't use it, but like I said, if this thing does blow up in some sort of way and it gets like a lot of traction for whatever reason, I wanted to be a part of it with that name. And the other cool thing, and the reason that I'm bringing this up, is I got verified. So like there's a way that you literally just go on here, you put in your name or whatever, you show your license, and then you get this little verified badge. So that's kind of cool. I think there's actually certain things that you can and can't do with that too. So I don't know. It's not really something like a follower count, obviously. It's more of just like you put some shit in, but I don't know. It was kind of cool, and it took them like 10 days for it to actually work. So that was interesting. I don't know. Just a little tidbit there. But like I said, I'm not really on it too much. It was interesting to me, the concept of it. But again, I think that like most things, it's probably marketed in one way and then received in a different way, and it's probably going to get shed in a bad light and all sorts of stuff. But I don't know, just something to kind of look at. And then I just went to Meadows Casino tonight with a man and her family and stuff like that, celebrating birthdays. So kind of just kind of chilled for the most part here. But now that I've kind of wrapped up the last 3 days, let me talk about the actual like almost meat and potatoes of like the last 2 days and really the last 3 days. So I have this idea. Okay, so I have this idea of, let's go. Yeah. All right, so this is good. Okay, so I had this idea. I'll set the stage. I'll give you all the backstory, and then I will show you what I'm talking about. So I had this idea to make a portal. Okay, actually I should probably go back first. I have a website, okay, for Find a Tech. Find a Tech is my web development business. Any websites that you ever see me make are going to be made via WordPress, and under like technically the entity doing the work is Find a Tech LLC because they make websites, right? It's just me. I don't outsource anything. It's all my knowledge. It's all the things that I'm doing right now. But that is currently the situation. So, I spoke about this last time I streamed or the stream before or something like that. I'm finishing up projects with clients. Their websites are done, right? Like I finish a website and then it's like, okay, great. You paid me X amount of dollars for the build of this website. Now the next step is you have to like host it somewhere, right? And I have a server that I, paid for server space of this, thing, Cloudways, DigitalOcean, like whatever, how I could explain that, but it doesn't really matter. I have server space. I pay for it and I put my clients' websites on there. I host them on there, and then that's what hosting is. Now that's a recurring fee, and that's something you have to pass on and make money, essentially with your clients, right? It's because it's called a business, right? So I have to do that, and I thought that there was gonna be a way to do it via QuickBooks and like recurring transactions, but I don't want it to be like that. I want it to be like, like you sign up for Netflix, you put your credit card in there, and then you never have to pay again necessarily unless your credit card expires. Like it just automatically charges you. Long story short, it was very difficult to do that the way that I had it with just like QuickBooks and the bookkeeping stuff and all that sort of stuff. So I made a decision probably about four or 5 days ago. I can't remember when I actually started, but probably like 5 days ago. And it was like, my decision is I'm going to go all in on this. I'm going to make like a portal, like a client portal on Find It Tech, like not really on the website, but like kind of like linked to it. And you'll see it in a second. And I'm going to make this portal, and this portal is going to have the ability to like, it's going to be like you, for instance, let's say you're a client. Okay. John Doe, you're a client, and you can log into this back-end portal of Find It Tech, and you can see the subscriptions that you have. You can see like maybe some project files and things like that. And like you just have a little account, and basically this is where your subscription lives. So the idea is once we're not once we're done with the project, I haven't figured out the process, but the whole point of it is that I can send you a link. It can be like, okay, you're gonna purchase a product recurringly, a subscription to my hosting, that my company, per our agreement or whatever, like $40 a month, let's say, for instance. And you go and you sign into this portal, and you're able to put in your information, and it saves it in there, like it's all encrypted and all that shit, but it saves it in there, and then you recurringly get charged, like each, like the 20th of every month. So you pay today, and then 20th of December, it charges you again, right? So that's kind of the premise and the idea, and it's not a new thing by any means, but I had never done that. So, like 5 days ago, I started this idea, and this is kind of where maybe I can start showing some visual aid stuff and kind of seeing where we're at. So, to start off, this is the website. This is the main website, findittech.com, and it's not done yet, but if you'd like to go see it, you can go check it out. Okay, so this is the main site. I'm very happy with the way that it's going, but like I said, there's definitely problems with it. I had to put it up. That was another technical thing. I had to put it up in order to get this other thing to where I wanted it to be. So, I'm almost done with this. This is literally my next project. I just have too many fucking things going on at one time. Sorry, whatever. So anyway, this is what I'm doing. This is almost done. It's looking really good, like I said. But this is the part. So this is the front end. Like if you're a potential client, you can see our services, our work. You can learn a little bit, different things like that. I have a lot of good ideas there. You can see pricing and all that sort of stuff, social media. But if you're already a client, then one of the places you might want to go is this. So you click down here and you click on My Account. And then My Account takes you to this page, which is my.findittech.com. And this is, with a lot of inspiration from other different platforms, is literally just a place for my clients to go and log in and see the subscriptions, and again, other things that I haven't fully figured out. But like one example could be like the contract that we have between us. We can store it right here in this thing, and it's like, great, this is where this lives. We both know where it is, and that's the copy. You can download copy and stuff like that, but this is where this lives. Like just important shit like that. And maybe even like place to upload files that we want to use for their website. Haven't figured all that out yet. The main part is a subscription thing because of the bullshit that I had to go with the other thing. Doesn't matter. Okay. So anyway, it's beautiful. I'm very happy with the way that this looks. I know my head's in the way here, so maybe I can do something like this to make it a little less. And I'll even what happens if I do this? Yeah, I could even take that off. Nah, I'm gonna leave that on just for now, because like the chat and everything like that. But you kind of get the idea here. It's pretty nice. I like the cleanness. I like the look and feel of everything like that. I went through and I styled everything. We have the login. We have forgot password. We have the whole shebang here. There's a way for me to add people to this. There's a way for people to create accounts and do that sort of stuff. So all that jazz. It's I'm like, it's all working there. We have the social media and everything down here. It's literally looking great. I'm very happy with the way that's going. I'm gonna log in. I'm gonna show you kind of like the some of the stuff here. Let me see here. I'll just do it over here because I don't remember what it is. So let's see. We'll log in and we'll go. Is that the password? No. What is the password? That is not the password. Fuck. I'm forgetting the password. Holy shit. Oh, wait a second. Hang on. We got this. We got this. Boom, there it is. Perfect. Okay, so I'm showing you this again. This is not fully complete yet, but it is well on the way. So you're a client, you log in, You're going to see some stuff on the dashboard. This is just copied and pasted over from like the support page, but you'll see some stuff here. I have no idea what it's going to be. It's probably going to be just like, hey, this is the portal, yada yada, do whatever you want. Maybe some links to the other stuff, just like because this is the main page. I don't know, just something. This is what I was talking about. So files, right here, there'd be different, maybe like a contract and stuff like that. Maybe a way to upload files. Again, that's not the main part. The more bigger part was like orders and subscriptions. So this is like one that was canceled because I was playing around and like I guess it didn't work. But you would see like if you made an order there and then like so like you'd make an order today and then like your first order would be today and then you'd have an ongoing subscription that would be like web hosting, yada yada, this, that, and the other thing. And then every single month you would get a new order, just literally exact same thing, almost like invoices for these recurring subscriptions that we all have for Netflix and stuff like that. And then also support. So like if you're in here and you need to email or you need to call or you need to send a contact form, we can do all that. Again, a lot of it's not done yet, but that's kind of the premise of it. And then for like this little thing I'm kind of happy with, like this little nice little thing that I made. So like you can have like your account and you can, just easy way to, go to your stuff and log out and all that sort of stuff. And again, this I kind of need to figure out because there's some pieces in here that you can like edit different details and everything. So again, not fully finished, but honestly, this was literally made from scratch. So, and I don't mean coding, I mean like via Elementor and Woocommerce and different tools like that. I actually purchased two things that were like really important. So the one thing is literally $200 a year, and that's Woocommerce Subscriptions. So I better use the fuck out of that thing. That's the ability to do these recurring transactions, which is vital, and it really does help, honestly. Like you can't do it really without it. And the other thing is a payment gateway via Intuit. So what I'm hoping there, I haven't given that enough testing yet, but the reason that I got that is instead of using like Stripe or PayPal, I use QuickBooks, and I use QuickBooks payments for invoices for, like the projects and stuff like that. So, which actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I might be able to do a different way now. But regardless, the point is that I wanted to be able to kind of like hopefully use that payment method straight through this website here, this portal, and then that go right over to my QuickBooks like bookkeeping thing. So I don't have to go through Stripe. I don't have to go through another third party like that. I think it'll just be cleaner. It's hard to describe, but maybe I'll make a video or some sort of thing on it, like when it's all pieced together. But hopefully it definitely makes a lot more sense and is easier for me because I have a lot of shit going on. So hopefully that helps there. And then, basically, this is kind of it. There's going to be maybe more features, but really just like a place to do this. It doesn't really look like a hell of a lot right now just because the idea is more passive. Like I just needed a way for like, in the workflow is I'll send somebody a link. They'll be able to log in and register. Then they'll be able to go directly to like the product that they are buying, like the subscription to the thing that they're buying. So like $40 of web hosting or whatever. The product comes up and they're able to go and purchase it straight through the website. So I can't remember exactly what the thing is here, but basically that's kind of how the workflow goes. And again, like I'll probably show that because I want to make an actual video on this because I think it would be cool to show people how like I made this with the help of different pieces of things around sort of the internet and stuff like that. And the best plugin, one of the best plugins I've ever used is in use here. It's called Ultimate Member. And it gives you this ability for those things out on the front end where it's like the login pages and it's like looks like a real login page rather than like this bullshit WordPress stuff that they try to do sometimes. It's kind of a pain to kind of get around that, but it definitely is way better. And then it also is the idea where you can log out and you can't get into the site. Like you have to log in. It's kind of like Facebook where like you can't really look at anything unless you're logged out. And it does this motherfucking thing for some reason that I don't understand why sometimes, where it like does this log out thing. But the point is that, the idea here is if you're right here, you can't get into other stuff. Like you have to log in, you have to create an account, something like that. So I don't know. I'm liking it. It's again not done. It's not perfect, but we're moving in the right direction, and I think it's going to serve the purpose. And the funny story was a little bit about this. So like I've been working my ass off with this the last like 5 days or so, literally like the last 2 days, not today, but yesterday and the day before. It was basically all day that I was working on this. And I literally so it was, what the hell happened yesterday? So like I was working on it all day, and then I had a call. I had the call with Vin Diesel. Oh no, I hate this. I hate it when this happens. Gotta go back to the blur. There we go. That's so fun. I gotta change the background thing behind that too. Anyway, the overlay. Okay, so I was working all day. Then I had the call with Vin Diesel. I worked on the website and stuff like that. Then I was really hungry because I hadn't eaten anything all day yesterday. So I ate like some broccoli, some rice, and some chicken at like 8 o'clock or something, 8:30. And then I was on the phone with Amanda, and I was really, really tired around 9 o'clock. And I was like, okay, I'm going to sleep. And then I went to sleep, and I only slept for like 2.5 hours. Woke up around like 11:30 last night. So like almost like 24 hours ago. Then I was like, well, all right, it's 11:30. I'm feeling pretty good right now. I'm gonna stay awake until 1, and then I'm gonna go to sleep at 1. I'm gonna work on this because this is the project, and I'm trying to get this done. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna work for an hour and a half. I worked until like 5 a.m. I worked until 5 a.m. like getting all of these pieces done. Like this was nowhere near this. Like it's still not done, but it was nowhere near this yesterday. And I worked for like 5 hours. And I don't know what the fuck got into me. But my like assumption though, or like my schedule was that I had to go into work. I had to go into Ray's like today. I'm trying to like go back and forth. It was midnight 24 hours, like 23 hours ago, right? I do all this work. It's 5 a.m. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go to sleep now. I didn't get to sleep until like 5:30. And I was gonna wake up around like 10 a.m. because I was gonna go into work at 11. Well, I was asleep for about an hour, and then I was told that I need to come into work earlier because people called off. So that's always fun. Not. And then I basically operated all day today. No nap, no nothing. I went to work. I did all that, and then I came home, like showered, got ready, went out to dinner, kind of like, just chilled and stuff like that. Tried to do a little bit of work while I was out, but not really much. I did all that, and now I'm extremely tired, and it's only 11 o'clock. And yeah, so it was just very interesting the way that all kind of transpired, because I think, what do I have? Like 4 hours of sleep? 5 maybe? 5 hours of sleep in that whole period, from that little 2-hour whatever nap, and then the other bit of it. So it's funny because that's not normally me. I normally sleep a lot more than that. And yeah, so, but the point is, and I've said this multiple times today, is that you do know, though, like one thing to come out of just that story there, as funny as it may be, you do know that you're on the right track when you're willing to work, like just like subconsciously willing to work from midnight to 6 a.m. on something. I know I had the nap and I was kind of like re-energized, but like, dude, like I fucking put in some time on this, and I'm very happy with the way that it's looking, the way that we're going with this. And I know that it's gonna be great. So that's what I mean, is just try to find things that just make you want to keep going. And I think that's kind of the lesson there. The only other thing was I had a nice conversation with my grandmother, and it kind of goes right hand in hand with that. There's actually another funny story. We're on 79 North, right around the South Point exit, and there was like a big accident for like a mile or so, and we were sitting in traffic for like 20 minutes. We actually turned around and like went up the exit because everybody else was kind of like turning around and going on the other lane and turning up. Not the oncoming lane. There was one lane blocked off or whatever, but that's just a funny story. But I had some time in the car with my grandmother, and I was trying to understand how her life has been, and just other things along, like those lines, just like, an older person to a younger person. And one thing that I would just recommend because I see it there and I see it in a lot of other people, is, again, don't forget about yourself. Like, it's not selfish to give a shit about your happiness and how you want your life to be, and like how you want your life to be, and how much enjoyment you want to get out of your life. Don't always put other people before you. I know that might sound selfish, and that might be totally different, and maybe my views will change when I become a parent or some shit, but like, don't always, like, I'm saying, like, there's people that always put other people before themselves. I really think it's damaging, because there's no way that you could possibly take care of every other human being. But there is a there's 100% probability of you being able to take care of yourself. I mean, not 100%, maybe, like, maybe you can't actually take care of yourself, but like, there's a much greater possibility of you being able to take care of yourself, and like, mentally, and just like making sure that you love yourself, making sure that you're doing things that move you forward, making sure that you wake up every day with the drive to continue to get better and do whatever it is that you're doing, whether it's a job or whether it's, building a business or whatever it is. And I just know that my life has gotten a lot better from that. And I say it all the time because I'm fucking extremely passionate about that. And I really just want to try to drive home that message to young people, because you do not want to grow up thinking that your life is just like a life to lead or whatever, or, focusing on money and thinking that money is the ultimate goal. Like, it's fucking not. Like, just do something that you love and figure out a way to fucking eat. Seriously. I'm not even saying, because like, that's not the baseline. The baseline isn't like, oh, I just want to make like $2 a year. Like, that's not the thing. It's just like, make sure that you're fucking happy, because when you're happy, then you can pass happiness on to others, and that's fucking priceless. But when you're not happy, you're gonna just spew misery everywhere and just be miserable all the time, and nobody likes that. You're not gonna get opportunities. There's no money that's gonna come from that sort of a thing. You're gonna be fucked. So I don't know. That was kind of what I learned from the conversation with my grandma. That wasn't indicative of her exactly, but it was just this idea where I feel it more now, because I think we have more voices trending in that direction, but we have people that actually give a fuck about how you or I think about ourselves. We're not just constantly trying to like help other people almost as an excuse. Oh, I have to help so and so. I have to help so and so. I don't have time. I don't have time to, get in shape. I don't have time to do something that I like. I don't have time to start that business. I don't have time to look for another job. I mean, this one's, I hate it, but it's okay. I have to help this person. I have to like, fuck that. Like, seriously, you only get one life. Okay. Because here's the beauty of it. Like, if everyone thought that way, then everybody would be tremendous. I relate this so much like individualism and even like capitalism in a sense, because like it's like, I think socialism is kind of like the other way. It's like helping everyone. It's like that. I'm not gonna make this political, but like, I just feel like that type of mindset is not gonna get you very far, because you cannot help everyone indefinitely forever. Like, it's just not gonna work. You don't have enough fucking hands to give all of these things. You don't have enough resources. But if you, and I mean like, if 7 billion people are watching this, and I say you, and you work on you, problem solved. Problem fucking solved. Solved. Seriously, think about that. If you, on the contrary, if you worked on 5 people, right? 5 random people, there's a fucking chance that people get missed. There's a chance that people get missed, because it's not 1-to-1. It's 1 to 5 random fucking people. And like, you could help me, and then John could help me, and then Sally could help me, and nobody helped Sally, because Sally's not helping herself. I hope I'm making sense here. But that's just the kind of way that I think about it. And again, I don't think it's selfish, because the next step is then always the next sentence in this is, when you have your shit together, then you can help other people get their shit together, but not before that. And it's not an all or nothing. It's like, oh, well, I took some time and I got my financial situation in order, and now it's basically on autopilot because maybe I make some tweaks here and there, but like I pay my bills every week. I'm not in debt. I invest. I save money. We're starting to generate some income. Great. Well, now John Doe over here is struggling with that. Now I can pass some of that information on to him because I don't have to worry about that piece of my life. Yeah, fuck yeah, I'm going to tell somebody else. I'm going to help somebody else. But I can't fucking help you if I don't know. Right? So I got to know. I don't know. That's an abstract thought that I'm really struggling with how to like properly transmit. But I think I'm on the right track. So, that's all I got. Listen, folks, I've had like 4 hours of sleep, maybe 5. I'm exhausted. I need to wake up at 6:15 to do this shit again. And I have a long day tomorrow because we got to film an AM and the PM episode. We got to go to the gym, I think, Amanda and I. We got to eat. And I have to help a buddy of mine get a credit card. So I got a lot of work to do. Also, I got to get this, hopefully get this this portal at least somewhat fixed up. Like somewhat like MVP, minimum viable product, with the subscriptions and everything by probably Monday, because I have to onboard clients onto this. So yeah, but yeah, that's pretty much all I got. I thank you guys for watching. I always do. Really greatly appreciate the support. And yeah, probably see you tomorrow. Maybe not. If not Sunday. But yeah, I thank you for the support. And we will check back with you pretty soon. So keep grinding.